All right, hopefully this mic don't go out. I mean, I have other ones, but I was on TikTok with this mic. I don't even know how long my battery life is. Now, you guys, I'm really disappointed in that last reading because I realized that you guys missed so much of it, right? The reading, and it's crazy because I was going to do that reading on TikTok, but I was like, I'm going to do it on YouTube so people could go back and replay it if they miss it. And it was such a powerful message, and I feel like that's why it got messed up. Like YouTube stopped me, and it stopped at 51 minutes. So it's like if you guys see the end of the video, it's going to say 51 minutes for the time, but you only get 32 minutes of it. And I feel like I had only began to read that energy. Then the second part I did was only 8 minutes, but it was finishing off that energy. So I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of that whole, I guess, what that energy was, and then we'll go into whatever this reading is. So that last live, that energy was really about a masculine, how he was beginning to see his person, right, for who they truly were, and the work that he was doing to get back to her. It's like that energy keeps coming out, but that one was just more focused on him wanting her to wait, right? But not waiting in vain, because he's doing the work, he's doing the changes. So it's like he's asking for more time, he's asking for time from the universe. And I feel like the angels, they're supporting it, right? So where we had left off, the part that got blocked out was where it was focused on the feminine energy and what she went through and how she built herself up to become this Queen of Pentacles. And um, there's people who watched her journey, her transformation. That's why she had the snake, right? Because I showed that card too. The snake in the background. It's like it's representing how transformative she really is. But it's like so many people didn't really see her because she was a hidden, she was a hidden gem in plain sight, right? She was a hidden gem in plain sight. You can rewind the video and then it'll tell you what it was about. But she was a hidden gem in plain sight. And hi Celine, I think that's how you say it. Celine. She was a hidden gem in plain sight. And it's like everybody couldn't really see it. You get me? Um, because they judged her based off of what she looked like while she was in that transformative state. So the masculine misjudged her. He misjudged her, and he went through so many different phases when he met her, right? Because there was the ego based off of his upbringing, his lifestyle. And then what he saw in her, it's like he manifested her, but she didn't show up the way he expected her to be. He didn't show up. Hi, Destiny. He didn't show her. He didn't show up. She didn't show up in the package that he expected. So I hope I'm saying the right reading because I did so many damn readings today, which is the same energy. But yeah, it's like, you get me? It didn't show up the way he thought it was. So he didn't know it was his person until after. And then he began to see um, who she really was. And then he began to really do the work. So she really affected his growth. She really made him want a new life. Like, she made him happy. He adored her. He felt like, it's like he spent a lot of time watching her. So in his mind, they were like together. It's like he would fantasize, right? I feel like she was his secret pleasure. So in his mind, he would fantasize about her, a life with her. And it's like he was living vicariously through her. right? Like how free she was, how independent she was, but he wasn't that way yet. Even if he looked like that, like this masculine is someone who's a people pleaser. So it's like he wished he could be like that. So in his mind, it was like one day when I'm brave, one day when I'm ready to to say no to people that I love, then I'll be able to be with her. I'll be free like her. So it's like he thought he had more time. You get me? But he ran out of time. He ran out of time. And then along the journey, he's awakening to how he really saw this feminine, because in his mind he villainized her just like other people villainized her, right? um Based off of their assessment of her, they thought they knew her, they thought they had her figured out because she wasn't showing up the way they expected her to. So they assumed they knew her based off of that. And it's like this masculine is so remorseful, regretful, because she's everything that he wished for. She's everything he wished for. So that was the twist in it, is like spirit, this masculine literally manifested this feminine, and spirit gave it, hi Bruce, spirit gave this masculine what he asked for, and it's like he threw it away because the package didn't look like what it was, even though something was special in there. If they would have opened up the package, they would have seen what was in it, right? So it's like instead of them getting to know her, they just watched her, they spied on her and thought that they knew her. But they saw themselves with her in the future, regardless of where she was at. You get me? But I feel that it was this storyline. And this storyline, I felt like he felt like, no, maybe it's not that one. I think it is. It's still, yeah. He felt like she would have been, no, it wasn't that one. I'm sorry, y'all. It's so much storylines today. I think that's the storyline in the extended. Yeah, that's the storyline in the extended. Yeah, but in this one, it's like he's having these awakenings more and more every day, different aspects of himself, his behavior. So he's progressively made changes in the connection. She could visibly see it from where they started to where they got. But this masculine always kept it hidden, how he was really transforming in secret and silence. Right? So it started off as like he knew something was different about her, but he focused more on the packaging than he did what was inside. Then it's like they had conflict because she kept feeling like he's not opening the package. Even if she doesn't know that he's judging her or thinking he's judging her, she's just like, he's not opening up the package to get the gift inside, right? Um, and then she makes that move to walk away. So then that triggers in them that she's not who they thought she was, because not only is she very loving, she has a backbone and she stands on business. So then her absence, because she made them happy, they were happy watching her, spying on her, envisioning this future with her, right? Like they were living vicariously through her, like wishing that they were that confident, that brave, that outgoing, that carefree, and feeling like one day they could be that, but then still judging her. It's like they were the prize in their mind, and she was the one that they picked. So she's so lucky to have me. Then when it's like, but then still at the same time seeing that she was different. That's why they were attracted to her. But then when she finally pulls away all of her energy, that's when it hits them that like their happiness is gone. Because even though they're hanging out with their friends and their family and their group, she's the thing that made them happy. They're not happy being a people pleaser. They're not happy. They like making other people happy that they love, right? But they don't make themselves happy. So it's like her carefreeness made them realize how unhappy they really are. And losing her then is the moment that they realize how much they want her, how much they feel they need her. Hi Black Goddess. And that's when they start really doing this healing and really working on themselves. So that's why they're like, wait, right? Wait, because they they're doing the work. They're trying to be a better person for her because they realize that they misjudged her. They feel very guilty. They feel very bad. They're very remorseful. Um, it was their trauma. It was their upbringing. It was their fears, right? But then they realize she's a full-blown empress. So them seeing that in her, like how she stand on business, she has a backbone. She's actually very independent. She just wanted them. She didn't want anything from them. That's someone that they always wanted to love. That's someone they always wanted to give their energy to, but they didn't see her like that because of how she was showing up physically. Thank you, Celine. How she was showing up physically, but then she ends up what you feel about yourself is going to eventually manifest. So someone could be very beautiful on the outside, but if that person is very ugly on the inside, it's going to show up. The beauty on the inside won't match. I mean, the beauty on the outside, the the ugliness on the inside is going to be what's going to be shown. So that person's going to become very unattractive, right? Like, or they won't be attractive for long because it's like, you're such an ugly person. Like, your soul is so ugly. No matter how cute you are or beautiful or handsome, like, you become so ugly. And it's the reverse. Someone could be very average, but their soul, their energy, the essence of who they are is so beautiful and magnetizing. It's attractive because beauty is really just, it really is in the eyes of the beholder. It's like, my perception of beauty has changed since my spiritual journey began, because it's like, there's beauty that media push on you, right? Like standard beauty, and then there's beauty that like you're attracted to because of what you find beautiful. Like, that's really personal. You get me? So um I feel like that's what this masculine is going through. He's trying to figure out himself. He's figuring out what matters to him really, not when it comes to people he loves. Because, you know, it's like he was people pleasing out of love. He does care about his friends, he does care about his family. And him not giving to the feminine was a result of how he feels about himself. It wasn't about her. He just judged her because she didn't fit in with what was normal for him. So it's like, if he brought her into his world, his family would have judged her, his friends would have judged her. And he cared about that, right? He cared about that. So he had to get to a point where he don't care about that. And that's why Spirit is blocking the connection, because he has to heal before he could even enter her world. Um, and he's awakening to different things every single day, right? And it's making him sad because he feels very guilty of how he treated that feminine when she was everything he manifested. So he doesn't want to lose it because that's his manifestation. So he's being very humbled right now, right? He might lose some things. He might lose some of his financial abundance because it's teaching him a lesson not to judge a book by its cover. It's humbling him, right? Because it's like, even with her, she doesn't, her soul essence is her soul essence. She's never going to change who she authentically is, no matter what she has or how successful she becomes. She doesn't see people as objects, or, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, so she's gonna always be blessed because it's real, it's love. but he did. So that ego in him is being broken down. That ego in him is being broken down. And then he can come back into her world. And then, there's the beginning portion of it where I explained where the angel guides is saying, be assertive when this person comes back. This connection is going to require forgiveness because pain was caused, pain was created, but it it can work, right? It can be forgiven. So it's 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 divine timing, but divine timing is coming up. This person doesn't have too much longer, but they need this time to finish healing, right? It's a connection that it has a lot of potential to be successful. It can be, but both need to be in the right energy. So this masculine is like asking that this feminine just wait, be patient, because he wants to give her his best self. He's not choosing her because he feels she's second best. It's literally like he didn't. If he knew what was in that package, he wouldn't have did that. But he didn't know what was in that package because he judged it based off of what his eyes could see, right? If he would have listened to his intuition, his soul, then it would have all caught up. But he couldn't. So the way he had to see it was by her walking away, him feeling the absence of her love and what she really gave and what she had to offer, and then spying on her and seeing what she's become. Then it clicks to him like, oh my God, I threw away my Empress. Like, that's my person. That's the person I manifested. That's the person that I envisioned myself with. That's their dream person, literally. So in that storyline, it was that the feminine had to become more like the masculine. She does become everything that he wanted. She was always going to become that, but he was a part of her journey to inspire her to become that. And he was always her manifestation as well. He was a part of her, hold on. She was part of his journey to help him become that masculine that she envisioned. You get it? So it's like she might have known more that he was her person, but maybe she still wasn't sure because the way they behaved. So it's like that's kind of how you come into understanding who your counterpart is, because it's something that, like, once you break away from the twin flame, you have to discover that that person is your person. You might feel it, but their actions won't really show up that way for it to be clear until you start to see the evidence of that growth, that change, that because counterparts, if they really love you and they're choosing you, they will change both. You get me? So the feminine becomes more like the masculine becomes more like the feminine. So the feminine was very humble, appreciative, right? Giving, empathetic, compassionate. The masculine was he was the opposite. I wouldn't say he's not compassionate. I think that he does care. He is. You get me? This is not like this masculine thought he was better because of his position, but he's still someone who is for the underdogs. You get what I'm saying? Like he doesn't like injustice. So this is why this is eating him up, because he do feel like he created an injustice with this feminine. But he is someone who is very, very loving on the inside, but their heart was just cold on the outside because their upbringing, um, how they got hurt in love, all of those things they needed to really heal, that they really masked with materialism, right? All right. So that was the gist of that storyline. If you guys want to see that, because I know some of you guys are just coming in here, it's the 2 readings that I did before this one. It's still processing, but it's, let me see what the name is. Hold on. Oh, so I can tell you guys. Well, I guess I could link it in the comments too. But that reading is, wait, please don't go, I'm changing, right? There's a part 1 and a part 2. So that reading got cut out like by YouTube. That's why I was giving you guys the middle part that they didn't post because it was a really long reading and it was very detailed. All right, so the speaker gonna have to come out because I gotta put this phone on the charger. Okay, you watched it, so now you know the middle part. I was so mad. I was like, man, the hell, like what? But why would they only upload 32 minutes of it? And if you guys see that, it says 51 minutes on there, right? But you guys only got like 32 minutes of it. That made me mad, man. But all right, let's see. You know what? I'm gonna go with this deck. I'm feeling this energy. All right, what do we have for this storyline? Holy Spirit Angel Guide. You know what? Let's start with this one, actually. What do we have for this storyline? What do we have for the butterfly? Oh, that's crazy. We got celebration. What else? Ooh, we got conflict at the top. So we got celebration. We have a time of joy and accomplishment has arrived. Celebrate your achievements and share this moment with loved ones. This milestone marks stability and harmony. Honor the progress you've made and the connections that uplift you. So this is about connections. This is about being happy with what you've worked for, right? This doesn't have to be anything of money or physical. This could be emotional, where you've learned how to be. Hi, Zanaya. Oh, I ain't seen you in a while. Where it's like you've grown on your journey. You've been successfully changing your energy, right? It's like, think about a blueprint of, let's say, building a home. That home is you, right? There's certain, like, it's like you need to build the foundation. You need to know what that foundation is going to look like. It's not the whole thing, but once you start buying those bricks and whatever you're going to build your house with, and you start building the foundation, that's what everything is going to grow on. So it's like, regardless of where this person is at, they've made progress. They've built the foundation, right? And maybe there's some people who this person has come into connections with that are also on that same journey, building the foundation for themselves that are similar, right? Like soul tribe. That could even be here, community, or whatever communities you guys are a part of, even online, right? But it's like-mindedness. It's a happy time. But milestones have been achieved after a period of difficulty, conflict. Tensions and competition are arising in your environment. While conflict may feel unsettling, it also inspires growth. Focus on collaboration and finding common ground. With clarity and purpose, you can turn challenges into progress. So, like I said, some of you guys fought through this. I read past, present, future. Take it as it resonates. Some of you guys already fought through this. Some of you guys are fighting through this, right? Because for some reason, whenever you achieve a milestone, it feels like there's a lot of weight on you. All of a sudden, something is trying to bring you down, and then all of a sudden, conflicts start coming out of nowhere. This could be by people who are close to you, right? Because it's an energy following you. That's actually the time that you actually push the hardest. You don't stop, because that conflict is that negative energy trying to bring you down. And sometimes people don't realize that they're being used. One thing that I gave one time to someone, right, that I was really close to, and it ended up happening to them through them, which is crazy, but I had told them that, like, energy travels to people, especially your loved ones, and it's like it jumps into that body. Like, you're very loving, you're very, everything is good, you get me? And then one day it's like someone's having a bad day or an off day, and then you say something, and then it's like now they just lash out on you, and they start telling you all kind of stuff about yourself that they kind of secretly held inside, but it's like you were vulnerable with them, and then they use that vulnerability to attack you, and you trusted that person. Now this is where the friendship ends, or you walk away, because it's like, damn, that's how you felt about me the whole time. Like, I wasn't judging you, but you were judging me. Like, and it came at a time that I'm starting to win. It's like when I wasn't winning, or when you thought you was in a better position, or you had more, you were cool with where I was at. You were cool with me. But all of a sudden that this transitioning is happening, now somehow I'm the villain. Like, but it's like, it's more so of like somebody was already building up resentment. They were already feeling some type of way, and then one thing you said, it gave them the ammo to just go off. But then they end up revealing themselves, right? But it's like that energy, and they really did love you, but it's like an energy just jumped into them. Because here's the thing, when you don't take accountability, when you're always looking, hey Keely, when you're always looking for somebody else to blame, when you're always looking for, or you're focusing on negativity, where it's like, why not me? And you're focusing on somebody else's success, and you're not. It's like your friend could be learning discipline, your friend could be taking a lot of accountability, and you're not. You get me? Not saying y'all, I'm just speaking in general. And you're not. But they reap the rewards of what they've put in the work for, but you work hard too. But the only difference is that your work is kind of in vain, because you have no discipline behind what you do. You just do it. You just make a lot of it and you do it. Then there's somebody who has a structure to theirs. It's a discipline. So they're not trying to do it quickly. They're not trying to blow up quickly. They're trying to learn the process so they can master it. The other person is just trying to blow up. Like, you get me? And when I say blow up, it don't mean social media. It just means like they're trying to get to their desired goal very quickly. So the way we do things, it matters, right? But then it's like you get upset that that person starts to elevate. It's not even, it has nothing to do with that person elevating. It has everything to do with the self. So their success now triggers your lack, right? But again, that energy was able to jump into that person, because that person was someone who don't take accountability. That person is someone who has a pessimistic mindset. They try to do things quickly. They're an escapist. So the energy could jump into them. Now, an energy like that can't jump into me, because I'm so focused on myself, and I'm proud of myself and what I've worked for and my accomplishments, that if somebody becomes successful around me, I'm genuinely happy for them, because their success has nothing to do with me. I'm happy with who I am. I'm happy with what I have in my life. I'm happy with what I've worked for and where I'm going. So that energy can't touch me. So I'm genuinely happy for you, even if you have more than me, because I don't want what you have. I want what I want and I want where I'm going, and I'm satisfied with what I've built for myself because I am getting what I want. So if you not doing the work and you not getting what you want, you have so much time to focus on somebody else and what they got and feeling, whoa, me, why not me? Now that energy has access to you. Now you're the villain. Now you're projecting onto that person. Now it was rising in you, and now the right opportunity came in for you to just blah, 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 blah. This is how I really feel about you, right? But see, spirit use all of that to expose those energies because they're not meant to be a part of your success, because they were meant to reveal who they really were. Because even though the energy jumped into them, it is who they were. That's why the energy could attach to them. What are you talking about? What's the next step for him? Are you trying to push me to read the story? If you guys feel like I'm talking too much and you guys want me to get back into the reading, then you guys can leave, because that's why this is Coffee with She and Tarot, because I'm reading the cards, but I also elaborate off of the energy. So I don't know if that's you telling me like you want me to get back to the tarot, reading the energy, um, or if that's you saying that you want me to keep saying what I'm saying now. It's really hard to always interpret you guys' comments, but I don't know. Lately it's been a lot of people trying to control the way I do stuff, and I don't ride with that. So I hope that it wasn't something negative, because I'm going to take my time and I'm going to read the energy when I read the energy. I do things the way I do things here. Nobody asked me no questions about my cards. This is not that. Y'all not going to use my energy how you want to. So if you don't like something, you can get the fuck on. And back to what I was saying. So, it's like it's that difference, right? It's that, thank you, Keely. It's that difference between how someone could be disciplined and working on themselves, and someone else is just being upset about it when they're not putting in that work. So that energy starts to attach, but it's an energy that's following you, right? It's the right people are gonna be happy for your successes. They're not going to feel no way about it because they're happy with themselves. So spirit wants you to remove people like that don't see the value in you, they're gonna expose themselves. You get me? And it's like you don't want people like that around you. So if you finally come into a space where you have people who are more like-minded, like you see all these kids, they're all happy. They're all smiling because they're all happy with themselves. They're genuinely happy. And I feel like that's the soul tribe energy, right? And if you haven't gotten to this place where you have these type of relationships, it's gonna come together. Don't sleep on soul tribes and like how they come. I mean, every season of our life, we're gonna have different soul tribes. So things will start off beautiful, and then it'll get conflict. It'll be turbulent, but that's just because it was temporary. So don't hold on to that either. Like when it's time to end, walk away. But it will come to a time where you have people who stay permanently, just like you have that relationship with the counterpart who's meant to stay permanently. You have that in friendships. So it's like you got karmic friends too, and then you have divine friends. You're getting to the divine friends. You're getting to the divine relationship, right? So somebody's in a celebratory time because they've already overcome this. They're graduating. I'm telling y'all, like, in the future, I can't wait, because I really will do things like, I mean, it's kind of hard to know who's graduating unless I do a personal on you guys, then I could really tell who's graduating. or unless y'all tell me that you guys are getting married and y'all in union with the counterpart, then it's like I know. But I want to actually do something to celebrate that, because that's a big deal. So, you know, for some people, they're celebrating in this moment because they've already mastered this. But for some people, they're going to come to this point where they can celebrate like this, right? Because of what they've been through. But all cycles are the same. They repeat themselves in different ways. So regardless, the energy is still celebratory because of someone's strength, right? Someone has the ability to push through whatever, even when it's difficult. And they do it with compassion. And these conflicts, they made this person stronger because they learned to alchemize the energy, stand up for themselves, right? Like I be telling y'all, I don't let people come on here and run how I'm gonna do my live. Like, I'm not here for one specific person. It triggers me really badly when people do that, because I'm on 3 different platforms. Even when I'm on IG, people start asking me questions like I'm doing a personal reading for them. And it's like, but what I do love is gotten to the point where other people be talking to them. Like, it was somebody in the comment today that was like, well, if the reading isn't resonating with you, don't force it. Like, this reading is resonating with me. It is speaking to me for my situation. So it's like, if you got to ask all these questions, like, it's like you're trying to make it fit when it's not your reading. Like, and the information is very clear. You're supposed to understand it. You're not supposed to be pulling out of me more and more and more and more. Like, some people are just users and takers, and they don't appreciate, they think we're just here to serve them. Like, I choose to do this. I don't need this. You get me? I'm good. I'll be successful. I'll be I'll be good with or without doing tarot. But there's people who really just come in to take from you. Like, the person who is trying to get me to talk about their situation, I wasn't even talking about no him. So it's like, I don't even be getting where that be coming from. But those are people who aren't trying to grow. Those are people who aren't going to manifest these outcomes because their focus is so wrong. Their focus is too much on another person and not what they have to build for themselves. So those energies are vampires. Like, but that's where my strength has to come in, because if I'm weak and I don't have a backbone, my comments would be saturated with people who feel like they're entitled to run my show, right? Like, you don't come into somebody's house and tell them how to operate their house. Like, go start your own or get out. That's it. But don't tell them how to do shit on their page. So we have true strength is found in patience, compassion, and inner peace. You have the power to face challenges with calm resilience. Let kindness and understanding guide you by mastering your emotions. You align with the gentle, unshakable power within you, right? And I'm compassionate and I have peace, right? I can't be rocked because I'm still going to show up. I'm still going to get back to me. I'm still going to keep doing my readings the way that I do them. And I had compassion. I asked, where are you coming from? But the fact that they didn't even respond lets me know where they're coming from. Like, but I try not to assume. You get me? But I'm also, come on, I'm intuitive. I already know what the energy is. I could feel it. Like, that's why it triggers me, because I could feel it. Thank you, Brenda. Yes, we have rest. This is a time to pause and recharge. Let go of mental strain and allow yourself to recover. Stillness brings clarity and strength for the challenges ahead. Honor your need for rest and reflection. So I feel like, thank you, Selena. I feel like this is now where some of you guys are, because you've been working through so much. Energy is a lot to work through, because we have different type of energies. We have the energy of money. We have the energy of happiness, joy, peace. We have the energy of anger. We have the energy of pain. We have high dope. We have the energy of people's projections, right? It's a lot. So then it's like you have to learn how to protect your energy field. And then when you're in survival mode, that's another energy to deal with, because it's hard for you to not feel like you're lacking when you're in that mode, right? Because it's so much conflict. So it's easy to lose hope. It's easy for your strength to dwindle. But you're just trying to fight to stay alive. Right now, they cut off all the food stamps. Like, could you imagine all the people who rely on that and they need that? Like, what if they're not eating right now? How are they going to get that? That's a stressful time. How the fuck am I going to be happy when I'm worried about what my kids going to eat, our stomachs, and you get me? But then in those times too, you have to have strength, you have to have faith, because I do believe that God come through, you know? There's food drives. Maybe we band together. I saw a post today where somebody was like, flour, like canned goods, all those things, take it to the food drives, because those families who don't have food right now, they could go over there. It's like, thank God for that. You get me? So it's like the world is trying to help each other in a tough time. That's love. That's good. But that's just the way of spirit working. Spirit, you still got to go to that food bank. You still got to go. Maybe you have to stand in line for a couple hours because it's going to be so crowded, but you still go home with food to eat that you can cook, that you'll be good. But you got to pay a little bit of that price for it, but it can be very exhausting. It's that energy, right? You got to fight, but the universe is going to always be there. And as long as you don't give up and you keep going, you're going to get to that destination that you're headed towards. No food stamps and tariff raises prices of everything. Exactly. It's like, how y'all raising the prices? Like, these times is crazy right now. And y'all cutting off the food? Level win. So we gotta pray for families, and we could only do our part. You get me? But everything will be okay. And one thing I do love is that I do feel like, as much as the world is shit right now, it's still banding together. There's also a lot of love. Like, and this is because people, that's how important you are. Every single one of you guys that have that loving spirit, loving heart, right? And I'm pouring this into you right now. Don't let that die. Don't let that go, because you make up the world. Just like there's negative people, we can overpower that energy, because that's how we band together as a collective. That's how we band together to make changes, because that's an energy. So that energy travels, right? And it's like us praying. It's an energy. Whether you say it in words or whether you feel it and you project it, you know, but you're thinking positive. People who are still sensitive, right? People who still see death as a time of mourning and not something to be laughed at. People who still have a heart, like, oh my God, we need that. Because you imagine if everybody is cold, this would be like the movie The Purge. So even though you've been through a lot of conflict, even though it's been hard times, Spirit's always held you, and Spirit's made you stronger, because your role is so important in life. Your heart is so important, because people that you come across, you touch them, right? And you ignite another light. That's what it's about. Like me, I have the opportunity to reach so many people. That's who my focus audience is to ignite lights. I like to ignite the flame in people. That's why I'm motivating. That's why I talk so much. It's not that I'm talking about myself. It's that I'm giving hope. I'm being transparent so that people can understand. Even people that they look up to, they go through it too. But you can make it through. That's igniting that fire in other people, right? But you got some people who gonna try to take out that flame. That's why you have to be strong, because the same way I ignite a fire in you, you go out and you ignite that fire in somebody else, and so on and so on and so on. And that's how we win. That's how it goes. We got an army. You get me? Hi, Tony. Yep, spiritual death is rebirth. Thank you, Brenda. All right, let's see. What else we have? What else we have? We got that strength card again, right? Be strong. Somebody is very strong. Tell me more. We have 10 of Swords. Okay. Why is the 10 of Swords here? I'm feeling tired. 5 of Cups. 4 of Swords. So in this current moment, somebody could be tired, right? Somebody could be, it's not necessarily an energy of stress. It's just being tired. They're tired of going through losses, right? Somebody's tired of maybe having to work so hard, or feeling like their dreams are so far to reach. There's so much to sacrifice, or building something is just very difficult. 4 of Swords, that's that resting energy again, but this is more so of a contemplation, meditation. What is this person meditating on? Page of Wands, Justice, this is somebody who's feeling like there's some sort of karma that they're suffering now, or they're trying to clear out. They're motivated and ambitious to clear it out though, but I feel like they're very, very sad there, because they are experiencing karma. We all do, because we travel from one lifetime to the next, right, with karma. And that karma isn't necessarily like, oh, it's because we did something wrong. It's just, I don't really believe in right and wrong. I believe in like we make choices and then there's consequences. So some choices, it's because of how we were influenced, right? Like it's like if you're underneath the programming, you grow up a certain way, you're going to make choices based off of how you grew up, your environment. And then those are going to lead to certain consequences, outcomes. And then there's things that we change, and we do things differently, and we make better choices. So then we create a different kind of karmic justice for ourselves, right? So I feel like with this person, they're experiencing karma, and it's because of the choices that they made in life, but it's not, they're not happy with where they are. They're contemplating on why they've suffered so many losses. Okay, Divine, you're fine. Thank you for clarifying. Okay, bye, Brenda. Have a good one. You guys could also rewatch the live. Hey, Nani. Yeah, it's like he's contemplating. Well, not he. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say he, because I don't know who it is yet. But this person, it's like they're contemplating why they've had so much losses. They're meditating. They do want, but this is making them want to do things differently. This is making them want to create a different outcome for themselves. Okay, here we go. Now we got the Queen of Wands. Now this can be her energy as far as like, maybe this is what she's going through, but it's actually really strengthening her. She's had a lot of losses in her life, and as she reflects, she understands that it's made her more confident, because that's the karmic justice that she created for herself. But she could also be going through this because it's creating this confidence in her. Four of Wands, the World, Seven of Wands, Eight of Wands. Okay, yeah. Right now it's focused on the feminine. So this is what the feminine... Okay, it's fine, Divine. We're past that. We're past that. All is well. I feel like this is what the Queen of Wands went through, or what she is going through, right? But this cycle is going to be complete, regardless of where she's at. So she understands trials, tribulations. She works very hard. She could spend a lot of time alone in contemplation, reflecting. But she's about to have a new beginning. And this new beginning is what she created for herself, because what was made to bring her down really was made to build her up. I know that sounds like a contradiction, because it's like, what does that mean? Divine Chosen, I don't need you to keep explaining. Like, I'm gonna mute you because it's becoming a distraction. We're past that. I say a lot of things, so you get me? It's like, I don't remember every word that I say word for word, because I just hit the energy when it comes out. But it's fine if it was a misunderstanding, you know. Okay, good. We don't got no beef. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, I feel like this Queen of Wands, she had a difficult journey, but it created her to have this confidence, this resilience, right? And it was so many steps that she had to take. So that's the conflict that she was facing. That's why this is a celebratory time for her. Now, like I said, some of you guys are going through this energy. You're not about to sing. So we are... See, look, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna stop looking at the chat, because I ain't gonna get through this reading. I keep getting distracted. But I love you guys, right? So she had to take a lot of steps to get to this end point. Y'all see that light right there? It's like the light at the end of the tunnel. That tunnel might be dark. That tunnel might be scary. That tunnel is filled up with things that you can't see, because the tunnel is very, very dark, right? But it's like, once you see that hole peeking through and you get to the other side, it's like, okay, I made it to the end. That's also representing to me the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul to me is the journey to integrating with your shadow. In that dark, when you're going through that dark night of the soul and you are walking through that dark tunnel, You're walking in the darkness. So now you're getting to know your shadow. You're getting acquainted to that version of you, right? And some people don't make it out that tunnel. That's why we have the shadow people who operate out of that energy. But someone who's very, very strong and has that bright light, it's like they're gonna make it through. That's that strength, that inner strength. So it's not that we don't all go through the same things. We do. Some people just don't have the strength that others do, right? But they can make it through if they pull on that inner strength. So I feel like that's what this feminine is facing, or this is what she has faced. But regardless of how she's feeling in this moment, she will make it through, right? She will make it through. She will complete this cycle, and she will be a brand new creation. And the blockages will be removed. So for some, that blockage is removed. Now she's at an exciting point in her journey where excitement is coming in. Even communication is coming in. What is this that's coming in with this 8 of Wands? 6 of Wands, success. Something that's going to make her very, very happy. She's going to get attention, recognition. Where's this attention coming from? The King of Swords. It's coming from the King of Swords. It's coming from the King of Swords. Okay. So he's going to reach out. He's going to give her attention. But she could have blocked them too. She could have blocked him in a way that was like maybe energetically, like maybe she put up some sort of boundaries, or she could have literally blocked him on everything, right? But where there's a will, there's a way. If somebody block you and you want them, you're going to get them. You're going to get them back. You're going to find a way to get them back. Reach out, right? 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. So he's coming in not just to communicate, but what he want to talk about is a relationship. What he want to talk about is getting to know each other. They want to talk about getting to know each other. They want to talk about really building on this relationship. They want to move forward. I do feel like this person want to talk about the past first, right? The things that happened, because there was a time they were confused. And I feel like this person, they want to say that they had to figure out themselves. They had to figure out how to really approach this situation. They're a King of Swords. So y'all don't know. They could be an air energy, don't have to be. And then we got the Queen of Wands, so she could be a fire energy, don't have to be. But y'all know with the King of Swords, it's like they're a planner. They need to understand things before they can move. Some cards fell, and this was what came out, the Ace of Cups. They need to figure out some things, but what they did figure out is that they want this relationship. They want to be serious. They want to take somebody off the market. But again, they want to clear up the past, how they behaved in the past. They want to explain that they were confused. It was more about their confusion than it was about their lack of love or desire for this connection. We have the 10 of Wands. They were confused. They were going through a lot. They had a lot of baggage. They didn't want to enter this connection with what they had going on, because this person, they felt like they didn't have much to offer. That's what this feminine didn't know, right? They felt like they didn't have much to offer. And when they did come in, they wanted to be able to be romantic. They want to be able to be consistent. This person does have a very romantic side, because this is the type of person is when they commit, they're serious. It's for long term. So this is not someone who has like a wandering eye. This is not somebody who gets with somebody and then it's like everything is amazing, but now they want to break away and they want to go try something new. That's not this person. This person is a lover boy or a lover girl, whoever is in the divine masculine energy, right? So it's like when they're non-committal, they're committed to being non-committal, right? They won't break that. But when they're committal, they're committed to being committal. So when this person commits to someone that they really want, they love, they bring them into their world, they take care of them, they open up to them, they share themselves with them, and they don't let anybody, they're protective of their person, right? It's like they don't let anybody misuse their person or play with their, like they don't play about their person. So again, I feel like it's the same masculine that we've been talking about, but we're seeing different parts of his journey, right? He had a lot of stuff going on that he needed to deal with. So regardless of what he thought about the feminine when he first met her to where he's at now, she's really influenced his growth. She made him want to be a better person. She made him want to grow up, be serious. And he also wanted her to admire him, like feel the same way he feels about her. You get me? Because he could be obsessed with her. It could be a hidden obsession. And you know, that could be scary because it's like, oh my God, why do I want this person so much? He's kept these feelings hidden for a very, very long time. He's always had a torch for this feminine. I feel like this masculine had a torch from the very beginning. But again, it's like, I don't know if you guys have ever been in that energy. I've been there, where it's like I can like someone, but because of past experiences, trauma, hurt, you're very careful about opening up too much or the red flags that you see. So it's like the way that I am is like I'm very kind, I'm very loving, I'm very caring. But if I feel like you're not opening up or you're not reciprocating that energy, then I will keep my distance, or I'll just let it fall off in general because I don't feel like I can open up, or I don't feel like I'm really connecting to you, right? and to me that just looks like you don't want to connect, and I'm not going to force it, and I'm going to assume you don't want the connection, right? So it could cause it can cause, what is that word, misunderstandings because of what's not being reciprocated. But someone can just be going about something completely different. So it's very easy to misunderstand people in connections because they don't do things the way that we do. And I feel like that's what this masculine could have misunderstood with this feminine, but he felt it. He felt it. But again, she wasn't showing up the way he expected. And I could say that for the feminine, he didn't show up the way she expected either. That when he comes around, he wears sunglasses so nobody sees him staring. That's funny. That's cute. Not the sunglasses. But he's always carried a secret torch for her. He's always had this strong desire, passion for her. All right, so let me ask some questions. Let me get a different deck because I want to know. We keep getting this energy of he's processed her so much, how he felt about her, right? And regardless, he's always had this torch. So I feel like he has two different ways that he looked at her. He had the superficial way he looked at her, and then he had the way his heart looked at her. And I feel like we have an understanding of the superficial because the superficial aspect of him thought very negatively about her. But I feel like we don't have enough of what the heart really felt. What does this masculine truly feel about this feminine in his heart space? From the time he met her to now. How did his heart view her? Plain blank period. He knew she was a Two of Cups. His heart felt like she was the one. Because my Two of Cups is about two people who, regardless of how they look on the outside, regardless of age, their differences, their heart is drawn to that person. So no matter how they try to escape it, no matter how they try to make it fit in the logical space of things, like it shouldn't work, we're so different, da-da-da-da-da, it don't matter. They're still pulled to that person because their heart desires it. They have feelings and emotions. Now, they can try to hide those feelings. They can try to deny them. But the heart don't lie, right? So it's like these two definitely had differences, but something was similar about them. And it could be same sex for some too. And there could be an age difference for some of you guys as well. But there was a difference in them, like a huge difference. I feel like these two just approach love differently, right? But they both felt the same way. They both had the same energy, feelings. Like nobody was tripping. It was mutual on both sides. Same sex and age difference. Younger and older, you and your ex. But so this masculine, he knew when we got the Queen of Swords, he knew she was the truth. He knew she was someone who was honest, is honest. She's somebody that speaks her mind. She's someone who works very, very hard. And what he also knows is that this feminine will get up and go where she wants to go. So if she feels like an energy isn't serving her, a place isn't serving her, she gone. She does not hesitate to move forward. He's seeing her as somebody who's very free-spirited. He sees her as somebody who's very free-spirited, somebody who is a risk taker. And the way that she keeps her peace and her happiness is by not letting anything stress her out. Like if it bothers her peace, if it makes her feel like she has to choose between what makes her happy and what's pulling her down, she's going to choose happiness. She likes to be up and she's going to block out anything that pulls her down. So this was his observation of her, but his heart knew she was a balanced person. And even though, you're welcome, even though he he had all these like judgmental things that he said why it wouldn't work on the outside. He really knew deep down inside it was because he needed to balance out himself. And it's like once he balanced out himself, then the connection could work. So he already knew deep down inside why it wouldn't work, not because of the surface stuff, but because the truth was he had unhealed trauma that he wasn't ready to face, right? But he always knew. This masculine knew. When he heard this feminine talk, when he saw the way this feminine worked, when he saw how she prioritized, what her priorities were, he immediately understood he has trauma and pain he needs to deal with. And that's the truth. But I think it was subconscious. Because again, I feel like this masculine focused on the external. So he tries to push anything that challenges him, that he doesn't want to deal with, he kind of just push it to the side, right? Hi, Betty. Thank you. He pushed it to the side. So even in this moment, he knows exactly why she's not fooling with him, why she's blocked. My girl going in. I didn't even finish to read it. She was just like, girl, don't even read that. Thank you, Nani. And if you guys do book a personal, make sure you guys watch the tutorial on how to book a personal in the playlist, and make sure that you guys read the website. It's very short, simple, but it's important for you guys to read how I read energy, right? What I'm looking for. And if you're not someone who takes accountability, if you have a hard time accepting truth, don't book with me, because I will tell you the truth. And it's not done in a mean way. Thank you, Annie. It's not done in a mean way. It's just I care more about truth setting people free than I do feeding delusions or income off of it. You get me? So I'm literally like, if y'all want the truth, that's when you book me. If you're not ready for that, don't book me. But he understands exactly why she blocked him. Because he was kind of disrupting her peace. And he was disrupting her peace not by something he was doing, other than not opening up to her, not letting her in his world. Because from the very beginning, he told himself why they couldn't be together, even though his heart recognized her. So the truth is, all of this is his fault. He's watching, he's learning, he's growing, and he regrets. It's like he wanted so much control, he wanted so much power, he wanted to be right. But he got what he wanted, right? That's why I'm laughing. He really was selfish. Let's just be honest. We could call him a narcissist because a narcissist is very self-centered, but I don't want to call him that because this masculine is not a narcissist. He's not, right? He just was selfish. He was selfish. Everyone that's selfish isn't a narcissist, because you can be selfish and you have reasons why you're selfish, and you got to become aware of why you're selfish, right? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Nani, stop. So it's like, but he was selfish for sure. He liked things to go his way. And Like I'm selfish with my energy, right? I love being alone. I don't have too many friends because not too many people like can respect your space. Some people get mad when they don't have access to you or you don't like talking every day. Like I like being by myself. So I'm very selfish with my energy, right? I'm very like it, you got to be in my real close circle, and it's all about family and who's very close to me. So it's not a bad thing to be selfish. Sometimes you got to be selfish, but you can be too selfish. And I feel like that's how this masculine was. It's like he's like the spoiled kid that likes everything his way. So that ego is big because, I mean, if you do get your way, it feeds the ego, right? It feeds the selfishness. Hi, Shabir. Exactly, Ushan. It's okay to be a little selfish. That's that balance we have to have. Selective, be selective. But he was being too selfish because it's like you like this person. You you love their energy, but you want to be selfish with yours. So that's why he's being blocked. He's being blocked. He's having to be patient. But he also has to balance out himself. Because I feel like this is her energy now. She's over it. She's like, I'm tired of your selfish ass. Like, you not giving me nothing. And see, this feminine is somebody who got other options. This feminine is someone who can attract other people. But she wanted their attention, their time, and they was choosing to be selfish. Right? But I feel like now this is how they feel. This is how they feel. All the things that was making them happy is not making them happy because they want her cup of love. And there's one person who really want to give this masculine their cup of love, but he's just like, it's not her. I don't want this. I want that Queen of Cups. I want my old thing back. Right? 10 of Wands, 5 of Cups. They're not happy. This person is not happy. So it's like instead of them celebrating with her as she's having these wins, they are sad and struggling. What are they struggling about? Are they just struggling with the loss of her? Like, I feel like they're, even if these two weren't together, they feel like they're going through a breakup. If they were together, they're missing the relationship. What's that about this here? Yeah, I feel like they were happy with their life before they met this feminine. Because they weren't aware. They did enjoy their singleness. They enjoyed being selfish. But since she entered it and she left, their life is not the same. So it's not that they're codependent on her happiness. That's not what it is. They just realize that she matters more to them than anybody else, even their family, right? Like, I feel like this is a masculine who only gave attention and time to his family and his close loved ones. And he didn't make space for this feminine in his world. And he was fine with that life before she entered it. And now that she's gone, it's like, even when he's out with them, all he thinks about is her. How he wish she was there. How he wish he could still talk to her. How he wish he still had access to her energy. So it's like doing those things don't even feel good anymore. He'd rather be with her. He'd rather be doing it. So it's kind of like maybe he's feeling sad around his family. He's feeling sad, but he's hiding. Oh, he's hiding it from them. So they don't know. Feel that Seven of Swords. I'm feeling sneaky, but I'm also feeling hiding. I feel like this person feels dumb, like they feel foolish. It's like, okay, they're hiding the fact of what they're thinking. They're hiding that they feel foolish, right? Because maybe up until this point, they still haven't apologized. But they feel silly that the very thing they want, they didn't give attention to. So they're sitting there like, damn, right? Like this person, like laying up thinking in bed. I think they think about her a lot at night or anytime that they are alone. When they're occupied with other people, they're too busy to really focus on it. But my voice is breaking up. I feel like they're getting more and more uncomfortable every day without her energy, where it's like they're realizing how much, even when they're around their family, they don't want to be there. They don't want to be there. They wish that they were getting attention from her. So I think it's going to get to a point where they can't hide it anymore, because people are going to start asking them, like, what's wrong? You know? Because even if they're like in the family room or they're out with friends, it's like they seem to be off in space in their own thoughts, in their own head. The Tower is hitting them. It's hitting them more and more. What's hitting them, Holy Spirit, angel guys? The Sun. She made them happy. She made them the most happiest that they've ever been in their life. So it's like they're also realizing they weren't happy. I feel like their heart is finally catching up to their head. I swear, it's like this masculine always knew. This masculine, in his subconscious, it was there. He felt it, but he wasn't acknowledging it. It's like you can feel something and not acknowledge it. You get me? I feel like masculines have an easier time understanding that. Feminines have a harder time. Just like when I was younger, because, you know, most feminines are naturally loyal. So I used to think like men lied when they said it's just sex. I'm like, ain't no way. It can't just be just sex. Because, you know, women catch feelings. So I'm like, no, it can't just be that. And then when I experienced that for the first time, where I was in that energy, but I was able to compartmentalize the difference between being physically attracted to someone, knowing that that's all you want out of the connection because this person don't fit your standards. So you're not even emotionally attached to them. It's literally just passion. And then that's me tapping into that masculine energy in me, to where it's like I can disconnect from emotions and just think about something logically, because I know that this person does not fit my standards. I could even like them, but it doesn't mean that I want to be with them. It doesn't mean that you get me? And it's like, the more I get to know them, I actually could end up not liking them, because I already don't find them valuable as a partner for me. Not because they aren't, but they don't fit my standards. But I do like the experience of what they can provide for my body. You get what I'm saying? I like how they look. I like how they make me feel. So once I experienced that, I learned that it could be that. Like, people can disconnect from their emotions, their heart, and only connect to a part of themselves. Hi, Yellow. So I feel like that's what they did. They disconnected from their heart, and everything was just their head, and their head was telling them this is not supposed to work. This is not the package that I ordered. But their heart was really fighting the whole time. It was like, but you know this is your person. Because they can't stay away. They can't stay away. They're fascinated. But then it's like they're telling themselves something every time. Their heart is like, you know, it's like the Grinch. When the Grinch, his little heart was awakening and he's just like, no, 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 no. But then he ended up loving the little girl, and then he ends up like falling in love. Like, he's the Grinch. He's the Grinch. The Empress. Oh my God. It's hitting him. Oh my God. She's everything. She's the whole damn package. What the fuck? And I feel like he's even more attracted to her than he was in the past. But see, his belief system, he couldn't see it. He didn't think she was because he didn't see her as this Queen of Pentacles. He thought his person was going to show up like this, right? She's going to be a baddie. She was going to be fancy. She going to be dressed up. Look, that's the thing that's crazy. People really be so focused on the physical. You could dress up and look good on the outside and don't have shit. So the way you look on the outside don't matter. And you could dress dirt poor and be the richest motherfucker alive. I see white people do it all the time. When you go to them nice neighborhoods, they are not out here wearing no big ass chains and and being all flashy. They look normal. They look like they're going to go play baseball or something. Super casual. But they got houses you can never afford. You get what I'm saying? Like, bye, Betty. So that's how he thought his person was going to show up. She was just going to be fancy. She going to be dolled up. All of that. But the crazy thing is, like, when you rich in spirit, you rich in life. You could be poor in your heart and look like you rich, and then you not that. So if, like, you falling for somebody based off of how they look, then that's already the first mistake. Okay, so now we know, because the storyline, y'all see the storyline keep coming up. We got the Magician. Y'all won't even let me ask the question. Okay, Spirit is saying he's manifesting her. But now, Spirit won't let me ask no damn question. The Strength. Magician and the Strength. He needs courage. He needs to use his willpower. The only way, I feel like he might be trying to manifest. He might have been trying to manifest for her to reach out, right? So he could just kind of like take accountability then, and then he knows she wants him. But that's not going to happen. She's not supposed to reach back out. She's done. He has to be the one to reach out. He has to be the one to use his willpower and fix the situation. So if he's sitting in a funk and he's like, I guess it was meant for me to lose this connection because she's mad at me, then it's like you're a punk. You don't deserve her. If that's how you're going to think about it. You have to go fight for the connection. You have to go make it right because you the one that fucked it up. You the one that misjudged her. She didn't judge you. She didn't even want what you had. She just wanted you. But you thought you were so hot and fancy and everybody wants your money. Like, and she doesn't look like she has any. So he might have thought she was a gold digger. That she needed someone to take care of him. And he could have actually been messing with a gold digger, right? Because that already came out in the storylines. The karmic feminine mimicking the divine feminine. So he fucked up real bad. Real bad. But he was always looking for someone like her. So I think what I was getting to, what I was trying to ask Spirit, because Spirit is not letting me answer, is like, what is gonna happen as a result of him behaving this way? Do he get to have her again? Like, damn. Does he get to have her again? Or, because we know he's gonna reach out. We already saw that with that 8 of Wands. You know, he wants to be romantic. He wants to show up differently. He wants a whole new start. And we know what he's having to do. He has to use all his willpower and have the courage to put his pride aside, because this is all his fault. Let's lay it on the table. This is all his fault. um, so what I want to ask Spirit is not necessarily what he's going to do, just what is going to be the outcome of the situation. Do he get to have her back? Because, like, is this a situation that is supposed to come back together? We have King of Cups, Eight of Swords. I feel like he's supposed to sit in this emotional turmoil for a little while. He's supposed to be stuck here. It's like he has to sit. He can't come towards her right now. Right now, his punishment is to sit in those feelings of, or ever, sit in those feelings of being stressed, being scared, feeling bad for what he did. It's his karma. It's his karma. It's like he doesn't get to just come back into her world and be like, oh, I'm sorry, can we move forward now? Because the reality is he was selfish. He's changing. He's becoming less selfish. But remember I said karma is literally the consequences to your actions, whether they're good or bad. So if you put goodness into the world, that's going to produce eventually. It's not on your timing, because everything happens in divine timing. So when you're ready to receive that abundance of what those seeds you've planted, it's going to come when you are truly ready to have it, because you've also learned everything you needed to. So it's always divine timing. And people are going to receive their karma when you start coming into your abundance, because they have to pay up what they owe you, what they took from you. Whether that was your time, your emotions, your light. They try to replicate you. They talked about you. They went against. They got to pay that shit up, because it's like the universe is justified. So if you deserve that, then they would allow it to slide. That's why some of us are karma, because it's like we know how to wield that power. We do things when it's justified, right? We don't. So the universe supported. The universe supported. But it's like, if it's not justified and you just abusing it. Imagine doing some magic on somebody, black magic on somebody, because you're assuming that they're doing something wrong to you. Because you're projecting that. They're the one sending me negative energy, so I'm going to do. And then that should end up hitting you, because that person wasn't even worried about you, but you worried about them, and you projecting something on them and then doing magic on them. You got to pay that up, because but it's one thing if you do have evidence, right? You have evidence because you're hearing that person slander your name. You're hearing that it's getting back to you. And that person even maliciously doing things, driving by your house, gang stalking you. Now it's like you can say, okay, universe, do this to that person, because it's justified. Like they're harassing you. But you can't just assume and then it's going to come back to you. So everybody got to get that karma. And while this feminine is reaping good karma, this masculine is receiving some karma. But I feel like it's in the form of his feelings, his emotions. His ego is being broken down. It might not be nothing to do with his money. He might lose some money, but I don't see that being the focus. I see the focus feeling like he feels like he's lost his wife, his partner. You get me? If you're a masculine, you could flip it. It doesn't, if you're a female or if you're in the same sex, you could flip it. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm not reading for gender. It's however it resonates with you. So I feel like he's trying to act like everything is okay, but he's down and out about this. But he's feeling all of the pain that he caused her. So he's in guilt. He's watching her move on, and she looked good as fuck. And she's everything that he always wanted, so she became that. And he feels like, this is my person. Like my person is getting away. My heart is getting away. The universe is like, he has to sit there with that for a little while. And then the other part of it is that when he is ready to come up out of those feelings, and he's done that work and he's moved towards her, she's now the one that makes the decision. She's the one now that is going to decide and determine if she's going to give him another chance, if she wants to. Because she's going to have these boundaries up. And the person that he's meeting, he's not getting that Queen of Cups no more. Did she come out? I don't remember. But whatever softness she had, it's like the ball's in her court. They wanted to hold the power, but she holds the power. Everything flipped. And it's not that she's trying to, but it just flipped. He thought he was hot shit. He was the prize. You know, he wanted to be in control. But she's the prize. She's the one in control. And it didn't have to be that way if he valued her the first time. If he treated her right the first time. If he opened up the first time. So that's his karma right there. And the other thing is that she's not settling for just anyone. This person has to be an emperor when they come back. So that's where it ends. I feel like he's still awakening, but these are the emotions that he's processing. Is the fact that he's in a place where he has to sit in those feelings and acknowledge the fact that he pushed away someone, the person that he manifested, and it's not going to be easy to get her back. He don't get to snap his fingers and be like, look, I changed, like, let's make it work now. He now has to put in the work, because I feel like she wasn't putting in the work. She was, but she wasn't. She wasn't overdoing it, but I do feel like she put in more work than they did. So everything is flipping. Like, she doesn't have to lift a finger, do anything. They have to fix it. It's on them. So if they lose her, it's all because of them. She's going to move on and be with an emperor. They have to save the relationship. They have to work for the relationship. So even if they didn't know, that's still the lesson they have to learn. It's just like when we were in the places that we were in and we were unhappy, we didn't know, but we had to learn that lesson to get out. So karma doesn't have favorites, right? Karma don't care about where you come from or any of that. It just cares about serving justice. Dharma is the action that creates your karma. Dharma, I need to look into that because I don't really know about Dharma, but I've heard that before. I had an engagement and with someone who denied cheating many times, and he had a baby. I've healed and moved on more than a year ago, 1 year and almost 4 months. Oh, wow. That's so crazy. I'm glad you found out. He just reached out of the blue last night. Permanently. Okay, good. That's good that it's over. No, Harold. But anyways, thank you so much for moderating, Nani. And thank you guys for joining the live. Thank you guys for chilling with me. I am about to take my ass to bed. I can't believe it's 2:07. What the fuck? I feel like it's like 8 o'clock. I need to go to sleep. I gotta get up early. But I love you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the reading. And sorry for the complications earlier with the other videos, but like I said, they're before this video if you guys didn't see them. I'll link part 1 in the comment section, and then in that comment section there's part 2, so y'all could go watch it if y'all saw the beginning of my video. It explained that missing gap in that video. Yeah, so yeah, if you guys resonated with the energy, give me a big fat thumbs up. Thank you guys for always being supportive. Welcome to my new Blue Butterfly Gang. My name is Queen She, and I will see you guys next time. Peace. Bye.